Morning guys, we just woke up in Boston and it's a bit grey outside, but we're going to make the most of it. We've just booked onto the trolley tours and see some of the sights. Natalie and Sky have just got in ready. I was showering at. Yeah?
There we go.
You hungry, Sky?
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to that cafe, that diner.
It was about 90% Italian. Today it's only about 30% Italian, but still retains that Italian charm, with over 100 Italian restaurants and bakeries. Many of those can be found on Hanover Street. Places like Mike's Pastries and Modern Pastry are a couple of local favorites. It was donated to the people of Boston in 1742 by a local wealthy merchant named Peter Faneuil, on the condition that the building always be used for public use, because many important meetings of the Sons of Liberty took place in those halls. Up and to the right here, this old red brick building with the white balcony out front is the Old State House. The Old State House was completed in 1713, and it served as the home of our state government until 1798, when they opened the new State House. It was from the white balcony on the front of the Old State House where the Declaration of Independence was read to the people of Boston for the very first time on July 18th of 1776. The Declaration of Independence is read from that balcony every year on the 4th of July. And during the bicentennial celebration, July 4th of 1976, the Declaration of Independence was read from that balcony, and in attendance up there were President Gerald Ford and Queen Elizabeth II. In a speech afterwards, the Queen would go on to say that her ancestor King George III would have found it very unusual that she was here. I can't really dispute that. It's like it was illegal to wear heels of over 3 inches inside of Boston Common. It was illegal to spit onto Boston Common. It was illegal to play the fiddle on Boston, called the T. It originally opened on September 1st of 1897, which makes the subway system of Boston the oldest in North America and the 4th oldest in the world, behind London, Budapest, and Glasgow. In 1959, the Kingston Trio recorded a song about our subway system.
Everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
Hi, welcome on board. 5 step, please. Thank you. Please remain seated while the trolley is in motion. Keep everything inside of the trolley at all times. There is no smoking and no consumption of alcohol while on board. And please, for others, keep all obvious swamp. After all, it was so close to Boston Common and Beacon Hill. So, city officials came up with the idea to start filling in this area with soil, creating new land space for Boston. This was a very big job. It took about 50 years to accomplish. They started in the mid-1800s, but they would not be done until almost turn of the century in the year 1900. 52 stories tall. Up on the 50th floor, you can visit something called the Skywalk. The Skywalk is an observation deck that gives you a lovely 360-degree view of the city of Boston from up high. On a clear day, you can see all the way to the mountains of New Hampshire. The tallest mountain in New Hampshire is Mount Washington, which is the one that you would be able to see the best. Also up there at the Skywalk, they have a nice exhibit about the Fenway Park up and to the right is the oldest professional ballpark in Major League Baseball. It opened on April 20th of 1912, but the Red Sox victory over the New York Highlanders, who would later be renamed the New York Yankees, was overshadowed in the newspapers because just a few days previous the Titanic sank. Tours of Fenway Park start every hour at the top of the hour. We are now coming up on stop 12 for Fenway Park. Please stay seated until we have come to a complete stop and the doors are open.
Sky.
Christmas tree.
You see cards, man.
It's ginormous.
It's been like back in Stockport, isn't it? And we're in a Quincy market.
out. Check it out. Bringing it down. Now, I know this may not look very impressive, but it is more than any of you can do. So wow.
Let's go into Sky's favourite place to eat. Yeah.
And
certain actor. Hey. Mummy was looking at other men then. What's his name again, Nat? What's his name? Come on. What's his name? Nat's just seen a perfect lookalike of Ryan Gosling. And she's always got the hots for him. Haven't you, Nat? Yeah. Ryan Gosling? Yeah, but it was a spitting image. You went all red. And now we have the Boston Tea Party. That is John Quincy Adams.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Did that one go on fire?
Boston.
Boston went on fire.
Yeah.
I'll read it to you in a minute.
Collected all of these feathers here for us today, so we wouldn't be able to disguise ourselves without your assistance, so thank you very much for that. Alright, and let's see, Mr. Sprague, very good to see you, and that was very good, but I think for a room full of 5,000 angry Bostonians, you all could be even louder than that, don't you? Yes, let's try that again. Good day, Patriots. Good day! Wonderful, you're going to be an excellent mob, I can tell. I'm so glad you could join me here tonight on December 16, 1773 in Old South Meeting House. Now it has been a cold and rainy December afternoon here in Boston, but I'm glad to see the weather has not dampened your patriotic spirits. Now I recognize many of you sons of liberty, but you might not recognize me. My name is Priscilla Scollett, daughter of Boston merchant and selectman John Scullin. He was elected earlier this year and has kept me well apprised of this situation with the tea. Now, he says though the Board of Selectmen labor day and night in this affair, they cannot produce an agreement between the tea's consignees and the town, which is why we are here tonight. So, at this slightly illegal meeting of the body of the people, I would like to encourage you not to sit there idly on your hands. We want to make our feelings known. So, if you hear something you like, shout out, hear, hear. Hear. Very good. Or perhaps a well said.
Well said.
Wonderful. If words escape you, you can also stomp your feet or bang on the pew here in front of you. Go ahead and try it. They're good doing it. Thank you, J.P. Yes, very good. And if you hear something that you really, really like, you can always shout out, huzzah! Huzzah! Wonderful, but you are missing one key component.
Good day, my friends.
Good day.
Now, my fellow sons and daughters of liberty, we are gathered here to face yet another crisis. A crisis forced upon us by King George III. Out in Boston Harbor right now, there are 3 vessels that concern us greatly. The Eleanor, the Dartmouth, and the brig Beaver. And their holds are bursting with 340 crates of that detested East India Company tea.
July 5, welcoming all of you to this vessel, the good ship Eleanor. Now, what we're all going to do here tonight clearly going to have huge consequences. As such, everyone's bravery is very much needed. Now, I must ask all of you, are you ready to throw off this yoke of tyranny? Yeah! Alright, some of you seem a little more excited for destruction than others. Yeah, I understand. I suppose you're all well aware this is the king's property we're about to destroy. Going to make this an act of treason. And everything that we're doing always being watched by the eyes of the crown. Scattered out there in Boston Harbor, these 3 of His Majesty's warships. The Captain, the Active, and the Kingfisher. Don't look for them, it's nighttime. Obviously can't see them right now, but I saw them earlier. They're terrifying. Easily got over 100 cannon between the 3 of them. That means at any moment, if they so chose, they could easily level that wharf, sink this ship, and kill all of us. Let's think about that for a minute. Yeah, I suppose a few of you are pretty well aware it's not that likely that they'd fire on us. Last time Redcoats fired on Bostonians was the Boston Massacre just 3 years ago. Oh, no, you're not going to die, don't worry. Yeah, especially now, yeah, you got that. No. We'll be safe because after the Boston Massacre, the Redcoats have been under very strict orders not to interfere with unarmed civilians. But there are still some dangers further down the road, so you might not want to pay attention. If any of our names is connected to this action, do any of you know the punishment for treason?
Death.
Yeah, hanging, death, both of those, same time. Trying to avoid that fate quite easily. We do this, we must take an oath. We must never reveal the names or identities of anyone assembled here tonight. We take that secret with us to the graves. If any of our names is connected to this action, I fear a certain fate will await each and every one of us at the end of a rope. Suitably terrified, excellent. But, knowing all these risks, if you're still brave, and you're still willing to press on, say aye! Aye! There you have it. Well, I have brought up 4 very heavy crates of tea from the hold for you. Some of these weigh over 400 pounds, so yeah, I'm going to make the children do any young ones who destroy tea. Yeah, you want to destroy some of the king's property. Head on up there. You can gang up on the crates as well. Plenty of crates here on the rail. 400. Yeah, hold on to that, guys. Gang on up here. Give me some time. You can wander up that way. Yeah, head on there. That's your first right, I understand. The King George and Lord North will make us all subjects to a greedy monarchy. People of Boston, let them hear us now. Do you want to pay the king's taxes? No! Let's all loudly count to 3. Cheer them all on, and on 3, you dump the tea into the sea. Here we go. 1, 2, 3! Very well done. Thoroughly destroyed. Stop looking. You have to trust me, everyone. Alright, bad news. There's 114 crates on the original manifest, so we still got about 110 left.
Luckily, there's some very strong men here, like Mr. Melville over there. Mr. Melville.
Alright, yeah, well, tell you what, I'll lead the boarding party down below. We don't want Mr. Melville getting hurt. I need to warn you, the crew is still on board. We give them a quick word of warning. Are you there in the hold? We're coming below. Don't get in our way, no harm will come to you. There's a huge, vicious, angry mob up here. and a couple of step dancers. So stay out of the way, you agree to our demands, and respond right now. With silence. Great. Should be safe. Nothing bad could possibly happen. You go first. Alright, fine. I'll do this. Ask everybody, please follow me down this staircase. Use a handrail. Folks, coming up that crew of about 8 men on this ship to run the line and sail. Captain, first mate behind me, so total of 10. 4 to 6 weeks to London, 6 to 8 weeks to come back.
Hi guys, so we've had a pretty full day sightseeing today. Sky's tired once again. What are you doing, Matthew? Just getting ready for an early night.
Yeah, I'm shattered.
We just took Sky down to the pool, so just had a bit of tea from Subway. And now she's out for the count. Tomorrow we're going to hire a car, hopefully head to Salem. Gonna see what the weather's like, but that's all for now. We're gonna have an early night. Thanks, bye.